Hey, good morning. Good morning. It's Friday, the 27th of February. This month shouldn't even be called a month. It just should be called a few days. It just goes by so fast. Anyway, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm here in Franklin, Massachusetts, looking out on this lovely day. The temperature has risen. How nice. It's going to get into the, late, 30 something. Why is that talking? Huh. Anyway, yeah, so, it is 10 o'clock. Let's get started. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. If you're there, please pop on and say hello. And if you're going to watch my replay, that's great, too. Okay, so I have a lot to show you today. First of all, I'm going to show you my little cutie pie St. Patrick's Day favor. How stinking cute is this? I've shown it to you before, but this is my last minute call because St. Patrick's Day. Hey, Jan, good morning, my friend. Good morning, my friend. How are you, dear? All the way up in Canada. A lovely country. A lovely country. Okay, anyway, let's not go down that road just yet. All right, here we go. But look at how stinking cute these little cauldrons are. These little kettles of gold coins. So I am going to be doing this next week for class. If people want to come and make them, that's absolutely fine. They're adorable. I'll have everything prepped for you, of course. You're going to color your little leprechaun and put him on a 4-leaf clover. You're going to make the little box. I'll show you how to do it. It's very easy. Good morning, Deb. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining me this morning, friend. Thank you very much. So this is this, and you've got filled with gold coins. We put a little bit of shred in the bottom, some gold yellow thread shred in the bottom, and then it's going to hold 5 to 6 gold coins. And it's also, hey Beth, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome aboard. These are the butter candies. They're buttermints. I typically think they're Irish. They're probably not. I have no idea if they have a nationality, which is so silly. I mean, I think of chocolate with Switzerland, but anyway, I am good. Happy to join you. I'm delighted you're with me. Thank you. All right, so that's that. So it's got the little message that says Happy St. Patrick's Day with some love up there. And so that's that. So if you want those, please let me know and the quantity. And as I said, if you want me to make them, I will make them for you for a minimal fee. But those are those. Okay, now, the next thing is, this is what we're doing today. Well, first of all, let me tell you that I didn't think I was going to have the ability to do an Easter class, but lo and behold, I do. I have Saturday, March 20. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me make sure I get the right calendar. Yeah, March 21st. Saturday, March 21st, I'm going to do a Easter class. Easter is 2 weeks after that, April 3rd or whatever it is. But anyway, I am going to do an Easter class. Now, let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This is I'm dropping things. A sneak peek of some of the cards that we're going to do. All right, and I'm going to show you what you're going to get product-wise. So let me bring this over here. All right, first of all, let me tell you that the designer paper is called Easter Joy. This is a specialty paper, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You know what? Let me put my other light on here just to give a little bit more light. There. Look at this. If you can see, there is a color there. There is a shine to it. It's very thick paper. So there's one, and then here's another one with these beautiful little tulips in. Sorry about the cough. Anyway, but look at how pretty that is. And then look at this little design, how cute these little flowers are. And then look at this one. This is another pretty one with this the flowers as well, but this is on a white background. How cute is that? And then here are some really adorable Easter eggs. Now, again, this is all on this very shiny, it's not 100%, it's not completely shiny, but it's got some shine to it. And it's also very thick. And then this piece is a panel piece, which I absolutely love. This has 6 panels. Let me see if I can get these in. First of all, there's this one up here. This one. And then there's this one. And then there is this one. And then there is this one. And then here's another scenic one right here. Whoops, wait a minute. Whoops, there we go. Right there. this one, and then did I show you this one? Anyway, so these get cut into sizes, so it would be like a 4x6. But then, oh, and the other thing is, this is the other thing. With most of our Stampin' Up! Paper, designer paper, I love the fact that one side may be dedicated to an event. Like for, obviously, these are for spring, Easter. However, the flip side of these can be used for anything. And that's one of the wonderful things about our design is they create paper that has multi-uses. So here is the back side of one. Here is the back side of another. These are generics. Now this one is Easterish. It's got all of the little flowers in it, the tulips and things, but that's fine. That's okay, because this side can be used. I can see this as a birthday card, as part of the birthday card, which we might do at some point. And then this one is so pretty. Look at how pretty these little bunnies are in the Easter baskets. Yes, so this side, but this side also could be used for birthday, for spring birthday. So it doesn't cry necessarily Easter or spring. Well, that one does. Yes, it does. And here's this with these kind of little fleur-de-lis. And then here's a little checkerboard pattern with little flowers and 2 different colors. So I love this paper. So having said that, what I did was I took the panel piece and I cut the panel piece up into 6 sections. So here they are. Here's one. Here's another one. Here's another one. That one. And then I'm going to show you what I did. So first of all, I love this card. I absolutely love it. So I took the panel, I put a piece of peach pie behind it because peach pie is one of the coordinating colors, and then I layered it on a white base. I took some of the balmy blue chiffon ribbon, put a layer behind it, and then made a little bow. Now this piece right here actually comes from the ephemera pack, the Easter Time Mix and Match ephemera pack, which I love. Now, I haven't used this a lot in class. However, I am going to do this in the class because I absolutely love all of these cutouts. So, for example, let me show you. All right, let me show you the one that I used. All right, this is the one that I used right here. I cut that out. But look at all of the other cutouts that we have here. Baskets, bunnies, wreaths, more flowers. Look at how pretty. Whoa, whoops, whoops, whoops. They do jiggle out of their little places, which is nice. They come out very easily. But look at how pretty these are. So there's an egg, there's a flower, a watering can with some flowers inside it. The colors are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So at the class, you're going to get your own set of the ephemera pack because we're going to make cards with that. So here is one. I just love it. This cries to me. This could be a wedding card, it could be a birthday card, it could be thinking of you, it could be get well, whatever. It doesn't cry any one specific event. So I love it. I added some pearls, the bow, and there is that one. So we're going to make that one. Then look at this one. Here's an Easter card, which I took and I used the flip side of one of the shiny pieces. I forget what it was anyway. And I put on the little chickie, which I did stamp. The little chickie came from I used the Easter basket stamp set. So this little chickie came from here. And then I cut him out. There are dies for him. So there's that. How cute is that with the basket of eggs and a little bow with the bubble bath. I think this is bubble bath ribbon. That's very thin. And then I put this little tiny Easter egg right here up in the corner. How cute is that? So that's one that we're going to make. And then we're going to make one with this. Look at how stinking cute. And these are wicked easy and fast because, again, you're using this panel that's already done for you. So all we need to do is do a little embellishment, stamp a little bunny, cut out, do a flower, put a little message on, put some gems on it, and you're done. Of course, you can see I've used Wink of Stella, and I have used some glitter. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. You can see there's a little shine. So those are 3 of the cards that we're going to do. And then we're going to do these as well. I haven't made these up yet, but we will be making cards with those. So you're going to get that. You're going to get half a package of that DSP. You're going to get a half a package of the embellishments. These are called the Easter assortments. Little dots and little eggs. How cute are those? Half of that. You're going to get, let me see, where's my cheat sheet here? I have it somewhere. You're going to get a half a package of the I already said the Easter assortments. You're going to get your own Wink of Stella, and you're going to get your own Tombow, and you need that because this is a specialty paper and it's thick. You really need to use Tombow versus snail or stamp and seal or my preference, or tear tape, actually. The Tombow works much better. So that you're going to get. Now, I don't know what the price is going to be. I'm going to work that out later on today, and I'll set it out in an email because I need to know by Monday if you come into this class on March 21st at 9 in the morning. So that's that. But the other thing that we're going to make, are you ready for this? Look at how cute this is. Look at this little basket. Isn't that adorable? Now, this morning, I quickly played with colors. I think I'm going to change it up a little bit. But look at how sweet this is. This is wicked easy to make. The only little tiny tedious part was weaving these little strips inside the front of the basket. But I think I've got a way that we can do that better. And I'm going to change the colors up a little bit. But look at how cute this would be. For a little favor, it's a cute little box. You probably can fit some of the Easter eggs, like a Cadbury egg might fit in here with a couple of other little Easter candies. You could probably put a gift card in here too. Wouldn't these be cute if you use them for place cards at your dinner table for Easter Sunday dinner? That would be cute. These you can give to teachers, your doctors. You could give them to members of your book club. You could give them to your friends. How sweet is this? Adorable, adorable, adorable. There's the back side. So this is the other project that we will make. You're going to make 6 cards, and you're going to make one of these baskets. So I will give you more information about that in my newsletter. But this was wicked fun this morning making it. How cute is that? Adorable. And it's not finished yet. I think I have to add maybe some more color. Change the colors up a little bit. But we'll see. Anyway, all right. The other thing I wanted to tell you is that this part of the year is when we think in terms of our in colors retiring. And so the in colors that are retiring this year are Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash. Oh gosh, hold on one second here. Hold on, hold please. I have my list, but for some reason I put it over here. That was silly. Okay. And the reason I'm mentioning this now is because the in colors will go fast. When I tell you that people now are starting to stock up on these in colors that are retiring. So it's Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, and Petunia Pop. Let me bring this over so you can see right here. Okay, right here. Here they are. So it's the cardstock, it's the ink pad, it's the refill, it's the combo blends, the alcohol blends, and it's the 12 by 12 colored cardstock. All of that is retiring. So if you want any of those, I suggest that you put in an order now because they will go and you'll be sad that you didn't get to get any of that. Okay, let's talk about today's project. Now I have to be a little bit quiet because Jack is upstairs. And he has, when he wants to, he has ears that can hear everything. So I'm just going to be really, really quiet and show you this. So this is what I put in my newsletter. And the reason that I'm making this is because he has a love-hate relationship with squirrels in our yard. They're very nasty. They eat all the food. They don't share well with the birds. I mean, he really doesn't hate them, but you know how that goes. So this was an appropriate thing. So let me show you how to make this. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this gingham paper. This is gray granite and white. This is gingham. This paper we had a long, long time ago, and it came out in a big package, and I love it. I got a bunch of those packages, and I decided that, you know, I'd make lots of things with it, which I have done. So the color that I'm using, the base color, is Blueberry Bushel. So I decided to take my ink, my Blueberry Bushel ink, my blending brush, and I'm going to add some color to this. So I'm going to start off my paper like this and just add some color with my blending brush like this. Easy peasy. And you can, you can add more if you want. You can make it darker, whatever you want. It's completely how you like it. So I'm just kind of smushing it on like this. I always start off on my grid paper because I don't want to get blobs, which I typically will do if I am not careful. All right, so this only takes a minute or two to do this. Now, if I wanted to get it darker, I certainly could, but I think I'm going to be good with it like this. We'll see. It's fancy schmancy, however you want. I think I need a little bit more there. This looks good to me, folks. What about you? Oh, wait a minute. I think down here I need a little bit more. I like the edges a little bit darker. I don't know why. I think it gives it a little bit more of a border. Like that. Okay, I'm done. All right, let me get this closed up. You know me, if I don't close it up, I get ink all over the place. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is very carefully, I'm moving all this, I'm going to take my base, which is my blueberry, which is a piece of 5.5 by 8.5. I've scored it at the 4 1/4 mark, and now I'm going to make a nice crisp fold with my bone folder, like this, and like this. And then I always like to make sure my edges are even, that I don't have any excess overlap, because if there's a tiny little bit here, and this is the one thing that drives me a little bit crazy. Isn't that nuts? Some things I can completely ignore, but sometimes I have to have this just perfect, which I do right here. Now, there is a little fuzzy buzzy right here, and I am going to just trim this out with my scissors. Here are my scissors right here. I don't know if you can see this or not. For some reason, this light above, I wonder if that's on as dark as it can be. Let me look. Yep, it is. Okay, all right, so there's that. That's perfect. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is take a piece of gray granite. I thought that was a nice contrast color. And I'm going to adhere it to my base. Whoops. All right, like this. I think this card would be appropriate for anybody who is in the same kind of situation as we are in this house with the person who has this love-hate relationship with those critters. They're so cute. I think they're stinking cute. Anyway, so all right, let's get this on. East, west, north, south, nice and even. Ta-da! Now I'm going to bring in this piece like this. And I'm going to add this on like this. There we go. And put this on. And again, making sure that I get it equidistant, east, west, north, south. That's pretty good for me. Okay, now the next thing I did was I took my Spotlight on Nature dies, and I took a piece of basic white cardstock and I cut this out. Now you can see that there are little pieces here that didn't pop out, so I'm just going to take the tip of my snip here and pop this out. I could have used my brush that's specifically designed to get these little critters out, but this is fast, and that's fast too, except I'm too lazy to get up and get it. It's on the other side of the room. Oh, well, what can you do? All right, so there's that. And then this is going to get a little bit of stamping. I wanted to make it really festive, to make it look like it was celebrating a party. All right, I think we got those all out. Yep. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little flourish. This is from the Beautiful Balloon stamp set, an oldie but a goodie. So I'm going to take this and I am going to stamp around the perimeter of this. Let me get my pierce pad, because we're dealing with photopolymer, so I want to get that pierce pad in here like this. There we go. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stamp 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I got ink on that. Up. Well, hopefully my little critter's going to cover that. But you know what? Let's just stamp another one right there. See, you never even know. Actually, I'll just do them all the way around. Perfect. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to close this up. Oh, no, I'm not. You know what? Before I do that, I'm going to do my message, which says, go nuts, it's your birthday. So I took a piece of white cardstock. The measurement on this is 1 inch wide by 5 inches. And then I ran it through my 3-banner punch to get these ends punched out like that. So now I'm going to take this stamp that says, go nuts, it's your birthday, ink this up, and bring this in and stamp it like this. Perfect. Okay, well, didn't quite come out. You know what, let's turn this over and do it again. I don't know why that happened. I have ink all over. I just licked that off. Pretend you didn't hear that. It's, you know, it's non-toxic. All right. Oh, that's much better. Okay. So let me get that out of the way. And let me get this out of the way. I've done all the stamping. The inside, I haven't done anything with the inside because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that yet. But anyway, there's that piece. Then I took a piece of the blueberry bushel, and this was a 6-inch piece by 1 inch. And I did the same thing with the banner punch, punched that out on both sides. So now that I've got my little, this done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to get this secured onto the base of my card. And so I shall take my adhesive. Oops. That's why I love my silicone pad. See, when it's not applying, you just run it on your silicone pad like that, and voila, it will automatically cause it to work. Don't ask me how, but it does. All right, so now I'm going to bring this in, and I'm just going to place this down like this. This looks good to me. And just to make sure that that's 1 inch. There we go. That looks good to me. All right, that's done. So now the next thing is, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Oh, I can't believe that I did that. Yes, you can believe that I did that. This has to go underneath. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take my pick tool. My banner needs to go underneath my circle here. So let me just see if I can very gently. See, this is another great use for your pick-me-up tool. The spatula blade. So if you can just pick this up just a little bit, and let's see, I can get this up without damaging the card. And then while I'm getting, there we go. See, there are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. It's just a little persnickety situation that we need to have a little bit of correction for. Now, while I'm getting my banner ready, I'm going to put my little ruler in there so that doesn't secure itself. So now I'm going to put some adhesive on this, and I'm going to put this on. All right, there we go. All right, now I'm going to lift this up. Now, of course, had I been doing this right, I wouldn't have gotten myself into such a little situation here, but that's okay. There are no mistakes. All right, I think this is good. Let me see if this is even. I'm going to gently put that down, and then I'm going to make sure that that looks good. Just pull this down. There we go. Perfect. All right, press that down. Now I'm going to repress that down. There we go. I'm a happy camper now. All right, now what we're going to do is I've already gone ahead. This is the stamp set. Oh, whoops, 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 whoops. Hold on here. I just threw all of my little things, my acorns. There we go. And luckily, they didn't go on the floor. There we go. Perfect. All right. So in this stamp set, you have 2 options for these little critters. Also, if you buy the bundle, you get the punch that goes with it, which is great because this is the thing that makes life a little bit easy to get the little critter out, plus the acorn. So I went ahead and stamped this little guy. I stamped, first of all, I stamped him in pecan pie. And then this is in pecan pie, and this is in early espresso. So there's the pecan pie and the early espresso on top. And then I took 3 of these and 3 of these. Those I already stamped and colored, so they're ready to go. But let's get this guy out first. So I'm going to put him in here like this. And I'm going to just cut him out like that. Look at the expression on that face. I can only imagine what my husband is going to do when he sees this. Oh, and you know what I am going to do? I'm going to take a cherry cobbler marker, and I just happened to put it, why did I put it back? Here we go. Because he does like the red squirrel. I use my spatula, but when I funny dies, it won't come out all the way. Yeah, that's great. That's great, Beth. Me too. Yep, yep, yep. All right, so I'm going to take this because he does like the little, with the red tail. So I'm just going to add a little bit of red tail look in here like this. like that. Oops, you can't even see that. And this side, now I know how raggedy this looks. Pay no attention. It's very raggedy. I don't even know. Oh, yeah, there we go. He'll think this is funny. All right, just let me add a little bit more to blend that out a little bit. Now I am using the water-based ink, and then I'm using the alcohol marker, so there won't be a lot of blending. But for this particular one, I mean, if you're going to make it, you may not want to add the color to it, which is totally fine. It's completely how you like it. But this has significance for us. Okay, so that's done. So now I'm going to take my dimensionals. Now this is great. This is very resourceful. Let me just show you. These are dimensional strips that I had from probably many different paper pumpkin kits. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these and use these, because you know how I am. I like to be resourceful. I'm not really cheap. I'm resourceful because I can use things in different ways. So why not use these strips? So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put this on like that. And then I'm going to put another one on like this. I mean, I would never throw these away. Let me put this on. And let's see. I want to make sure that this doesn't poke. Yeah, I'm going to trim this off. See, there's a little tiny piece here, right here. So I'm just going to trim that off. All right, now I'm going to take the paper off. And then we're going to anchor this little critter onto this little Spotlight of Nature die. Let me bring this in. So let's put him right here. How cute is that? Oh my God, how stinking cute. Okay, now I'm going to take my banner. Now, in this situation, I want the banner to lie on top of the bottom of this little critter, but it needs to be popped up with dimensionals on the bottom. So on the bottom is where I'm going to put the dimensional strip, and I have to make sure that it's thin because I don't want it to be imbalanced. So I want to just check one more thing. This is the bottom, so this is going to go here like that, and then let me cut this in two like this. And the top part, I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive right on the middle. Let's see. Let me put this in like this. That one. And then this one over on this side. Oh, Jan, it must be your end. I don't think I'm having any problems here this morning. Oh, I'm so sad that that's happening. Let me move that out of the way. Okay, let me bring this in. I got to get some adhesive on the bottom of this, which is actually the top. But I'm only going to put it on the middle. Is it any better now, Jan? Okay, so that's going to go on like this. And this, I'm going to pull this off, pull that off, and I'm going to get this in. So this is going to overlap just a little tiny bit on the bottom like that. I think that's looking pretty good. And perfect, like that. Now the next thing is to put on these little critters. All right, so these little things. So I'm going to take two of these. See, I'm being very careful what I say because I don't want him to overhear what's going on down here. I mean, he probably has, well, who knows? He could be very involved with, he's getting ready to do his baseball draft, which is kind of a fun thing. We have a family league, so that's kind of fun. All right, so this one, so he has to do all that organization, which I have no clue what it is, but anyway, I'm glad he does it. And then I get to root for my Red Sox. All right, so I'm going to take a little, it's on your end, Jan. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Nobody else seems to be having issues. All right, so this little piece is going to go on here like this. And then this gets popped on right here like that. How cute is that? And then I'm going to put my little gifts on here. This one is going to go on like, whoops, like this. And then this one is going to go on like this on top. How cute is this? Like that. And then this is going to have one in his hand. And I am going to put a teensy little piece. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my minis, these little minis. And I think it's going to go on, let me make sure I get this right. It should go on this side like that. Yep. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive just right on here, the edge, so that he's holding it with his hands, his little paws. How cute is that? And then I took that off. There we go, like that. How cute is that? Okay, now, of course, you know what's next. You all know what's next. I have to get my Winky, and we're going to do some Winky. So, there we go. How cute is that? By the way, this gold pen that I used is not a Stampin' Up! Product. It's one that we used to have it a long, long time ago, but we don't have them anymore. So I got it on Amazon. A very cute set of silver, gold, and bronze pens. And then I got a silver and gold metallic thing. All right, so now we're going to add some color to this. I mean, some more Winky to this. And I just like the way it looks. I can tell this Winky is almost gone. I go through so much Winky. Holy moly. There we go. I think this is going to be just enough to finish this little squirrel. How cute is that? There we go. And then one last thing. Now I will have to do the envelope. I haven't done the envelope yet. I don't know what I'm going to do for the envelope. I think I'm just going to put another little squirrel on like that. Okay, now, oh, the other thing I did was I took my Winky and I very carefully colored the letters just to give it a little bit of extra pizzazz, just to show a little bit more sparkle, because you know how I am. I'm a glitter sparkle person. So there we go, like that. Now I didn't do this down here, just that. All right, now the last thing is to take some Dazzling Diamonds, and we're just going to sprinkle, 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 like I'm salting some stew, and then tap the rest off, and there you go. How cute is that? Have a great week, Jan. Thank you for popping in. Okay, my friends, how's that? Isn't that cute? I love it. I just think it's so stinking cute. So that's what we're going to be doing next week. This, and we're going to be doing anybody who wants to do more of my little St. Patrick's Day. Now, I do have a number of people here because of our weather's situation with the storms that we've had that weren't able to come to class. So they've got some catching up to do. So that's why we're just going to concentrate on this one. Plus, they'll do catch up with what we had last week. It's that way when I try and order Winky, there's always out of it. It's because of you, Barbara. Beth, you're probably right. I'm sorry. You want me to send you one? Or two? Anyway, so that's it for this week, my friends. It was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to take advantage. If you have coupons that you need to redeem, today's the last day to redeem those. And I forget what else I was going to say. But I will have information about the Easter class coming up. I'm going to work on that right now. And I'll get that information out in a special newsletter today. All right. So I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope you have a lovely week. And I will see you next week in March. We will be in March. All right, my friends. I love you all. Thank you for supporting me. It means a lot. Namaste. Bye.